Welcome to today's English listening practice story. This is a level 3 English story called She Was My Best Friend's Mother. Vocabulary preview. Before we begin today's story, here are a few words you will hear. Secret, something you hide from others. Guilt, the feeling of being bad for doing something wrong. Loyalty, staying true and faithful to someone or something. Forgive, to stop being angry at someone or let go of a mistake. Heartfelt, very sincere and full of strong emotion. Now that you know the key words, let's begin our story. My name is Ethan. I am 27 years old. This is the story of a secret I never told my best friend. My best friend's name was Daniel. We met in high school. We studied together. We played football after class. We laughed at silly jokes. We dreamed about the future. Daniel was like my brother. I spent a lot of time at his house. His home felt warm and safe. It was a place I could relax. That is where I met her. Her name was Laura. She was Daniel's mother. Daniel's father had died when he was very young. Laura raised him alone. She worked long hours. She was tired, but she was always kind. She made sure Daniel never felt lonely. She always asked me if I had eaten. She always smiled. Her voice was gentle, like a soft melody. At first, she was just my best friend's mother, nothing more. Sometimes Daniel was busy. I stayed behind and talked with her. We talked about school, about life, about dreams, hopes, and even sadness. She listened to me, really listened. No one had ever done that before. One rainy evening, Daniel went out. Only Laura and I were home. The rain tapped on the windows. She made tea. We sat quietly, listening to the storm outside. Then she asked, "Ethan, are you happy?" Her voice was soft, almost trembling. I couldn't answer. That was the moment everything changed. After that day, I noticed her more, her tired eyes, her quiet gestures, her loneliness, her smile that hid sadness. I felt guilty. She was my best friend's mother. I tried to stop my feelings, but they only grew stronger. Days passed. I found myself thinking about her constantly. Her laugh, the way she made simple things feel special. I hated myself for feeling this way, but I could not help it. One afternoon, she asked me to help fix a shelf. Daniel was not home. The room was small. Dust floated in the sunlight. Our hands touched while lifting the shelf. She pulled away fast. "This is wrong," she said softly. Her eyes were full of fear and worry. I left the house without speaking. That night, I could not sleep. I thought about Daniel. I thought about loyalty. I thought about what was right and wrong. I felt ashamed. I promised myself I would never cross the line. Weeks went by. I stayed away from their house. Daniel noticed. "Did I hurt you?" he asked. I smiled and said no, but I was lying. Every day, the secret grew heavier in my heart. One day, Laura came to see me. She looked nervous, almost afraid. "We must stop this," she said, "before it destroys everything." I nodded. "I love Daniel," I said. She whispered, "So do I." We agreed to end it before it truly began. Life moved on. Daniel got a job in another city. He moved away. We hugged goodbye. "Take care of my mom," he joked. I forced a smile. Years passed. I saw Laura only sometimes. We spoke politely. We never spoke about the past, but the silence was heavy. I often wondered if she ever felt the same way. I carried my secret like a shadow everywhere I went. One day I received a call. Laura was very sick. I went to see her in the hospital. She looked smaller, weaker than before, but her eyes were the same. They still held kindness, warmth, and something deeper. She smiled when she saw me. "You came," she said. "Of course," I replied. We talked quietly. She held my hand. "I never regretted choosing what was right," she said, "but I always remembered you." Tears filled my eyes. "So did I said. A few weeks later, she passed away. At the funeral, Daniel stood beside me. He cried. I stayed silent, my heart heavy. After the funeral, Daniel handed me a letter. "My mom asked me to give this to you," he said. My hands were shaking. I opened it slowly. The letter said, "Ethan, I saw everything. I knew your pain. I knew my mother loved you. I forgave you long before you forgave yourself. Take care of your heart. Daniel." Daniel already knew. That was the real shock. She was my best friend's mother, and I lost them both in different ways. I often think about what might have been, but some secrets are meant to stay hidden. Some loves are never meant to be lived. Thank you for listening to this story. If you liked it, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to the Story Reading in English channel. Your support helps more stories reach people like you. With every story, our English gets better and our hearts get stronger.